What up, guys? So my new package came in. Waited about a week. It came from, I believe, Florida. I think it came from Florida. I bought it pre-owned, so it's not brand new. It's used, obviously, but I did get a really good deal on it. And to buy this thing brand new would kind of be pointless, in my opinion, because I'd be spending a lot of money on something I'm really going to have to modify. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Alright guys, so this is the Chimera Race Header. Originally you can order this from Steady Garage. I think it's $200 without the O2 bung. They can add the O2 bung on there for you, but I chose not to as I don't run a wideband on my bike. I bought this used. It has like this adjustable clocking header flange, which is cool. Depending on where you want to angle it, the options are endless pretty much. So the piping is a lot bigger than what I'm currently running on this bike. Some of the beauty shots that you've seen on my earlier videos, you can kind of see the header pipe, and it's really tiny. So this it's massive. It'll work a lot better for my big bore too. The port on the header on this head is actually bigger, so hopefully it won't be so choked up now. Hopefully I'll actually have something that is matching in size. So it's kind of like, you know, has scratches on it, it's dirty, but I'm gonna polish it up, I'm gonna clean it up. Hopefully I can get away with not welding this. So on this header there is a slip-on joint here, has a spring, so I'm hoping that this part matches the same size of this piping, and then what I'll end up doing is I'll just slap it on, measure it up, and cut it, and hopefully I can just have it a slip-on and keep all this part the same, the original header piping or the exhaust piping, and then all I would need to have welded on is one of these little hooks so I can connect the spring so it doesn't pop out. But let me see if you can get a view of this. Look how dinky that header is, and it hangs down pretty low. See, it's mounted on the bottom here. Now if you look at this one next to it, you can see just how much more massive it is, and also the mounting points on the side, so it'll give me a lot more clearance. You can see how far away this original header is from the motor over there. It's got a lot of room. So this one's supposed to be the only header that actually hugs really close to the engine. So I'm pretty excited to see that I'll gain some ground clearance. I mean, I don't scrape too often, but sometimes when there is really big bumps, I kind of pancake this down here and it shoots sparks. There's no hole in it yet, but hopefully this will give me some more ground clearance. That'd be awesome. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and take off the undercowl. I'm going to take off the spring here and try to get rid of this lower header part, get this one bolted up, and see if this will fit into the slip-on part right here. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to get it welded, but hopefully it does fit. If it does fit, then awesome. I won't have to do any welding. I won't have to take it anywhere. So let's just take it all apart and see how it goes. I don't know if you just seen, but my header bolt was loose. Probably had an exhaust leak. Both of them were loose. If you own a slip-on exhaust and you don't use one of these tools, I don't know what you're doing. To get these springs off is so much easier with one of these tools. Butter. Alright, there it is. Here's the back half. And just a comparison for you guys, check this out. Here's the stock one, or not the stock one, but the old one, compared to the new one. Dude. And for all you guys asking if I scrape, it's pretty pancaked. I mean, it's not, there's no hole, but you can definitely tell it scrapes. So, next I'm gonna see if this will fit onto here. Hopefully it does. I'm gonna have to get it welded. I mean, I think they're the same exact size, so that's an issue because I wanted them to slip into each other. Actually, it looks like this header is actually bigger, slightly. So I'm just gonna mount the header on for now. That way when I do take it in, the header's already all mounted up. And then I want to see how much more clearance I guess I can get. And then maybe I'll start it up with just the header and no exhaust, just to see what it sounds like. But yeah, let's throw it on. Alright, hopefully it don't fall over. Alright, so I'm an idiot. This is giving me a hard time, and guess what I do? I go and scratch my paint. Check it out. R.I.P. baby. It was mint. So I'm gonna have to get a new panel. I'm honestly really curious how they expect you to get this in here. So check this out. There's no like slip-on joint like the other exhaust, you know? So I don't know if they wanted you from factory to just cut it to get it to fit, because that makes no sense. But I just can't figure out how to get it past this bend right here. I already didn't scratch my paint over here on accident. Ouch. Because of this right here, this little, it's like a little lip right there. But I'm just going to keep messing with it, see what I can get. Alright, so basically what I found out is this header supposedly states that it clears external reservoirs on shocks. But as I'm looking at it, it does not. So it's hitting right here on the Ohlins, right there. So that hitting there, which I mean isn't going to be a problem for me to get it welded up, but it hitting right there makes it so this is way off. So it won't even line up without, you know, the exhaust being pushed back that way. So I'm either gonna have to take the shock off for now, which I really don't want to do, or I'm going to have to cut this, which I'm thinking about doing, but the only issue is I don't want to cut this if that means it's going to get choked up from this, because where that's sitting, it looks like it'll almost reach, like right where it Y's off. And this pipe, I don't know if you can see this, there's like a reducer. So it goes from the bigger piping here, then it reduces down to this smaller piping, and then it flares back open. So I don't want to cut this. I don't want to cut this down here just to get the header to fit to run it open header when I might lose the piping here, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. So I just messaged my guy that I go through welding. We'll see what he says. Hopefully he gets back to me tonight, and I could probably drop this off tomorrow or this weekend and get this welded up. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna order some new plastic since I scratched it. But hopefully we should get this thing running in the next few days. But this is basically as far as I got. There's nothing much really I can do. I don't have a welder here. I don't even have a bandsaw. I do have a grinder, but I was just thinking if I actually cut this off and I cut it too short, then there's less stuff that he's going to be able to work with here to make it work. Because I'm thinking he might be able to just cut, let me show you, cut this weld here. Let's see. There's a weld right here. I'm thinking maybe he can just cut this weld, extend this out so it clears the shock. And then once it clears the shock, he can pretty much attach it to this. So hopefully it should be a easy job. Hopefully it won't cost too much. But I am excited to get this exhaust working with a larger header and hopefully see some performance gains, because this thing is dinky. Like, and it's kind of pancaked here. You can see it's flat. So I'm probably getting choked up right there. So we'll see. So I'm going to end it there, guys. That's pretty much all I got today. The left with an L. The deep scratch in the paint right here. Man. But if you're watching the video, it was so hard to get this thing in here. I had to like flip the bike on its side, then flip the bike on its other side, and then just keep spinning the pipe around. So I'm just going to leave it there. I got one bolt in the bottom. I don't have it tight because it doesn't sit flush. Basically right there. I got that bolt in there just to hold it in there, so that way if I need to drop it off to him, I can just load the bike like this, and all he has to do is make his measurements, cut it up, and weld it up. So I'm just hoping he's gonna have to take this off. I'll probably let him know. I'll probably end up taking these plastics off and stuff before I give it to him. That way it's just straight frame and he has a little bit more room to work with. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there, guys, and stay tuned for the next one.